All right. So back at the whiteboard, and today I was inspired to talk about something that I just experienced in our own business about impact moments. So one of the big things that I'm always a big advocate of is creating 10x or 100x moments, right? So, personally, I am not a subscriber to this whole philosophy of like get 1% better every day. Um, I don't think that that works. I think that what you need to do is design and bet against step change moments. And, personally, what I have found is that anytime I have interacted with somebody very successful, that they basically operate in a similar way. They are betting against big moments. So for us, we just had a big moment. We did our Series A fundraise announcement. And around that fundraise announcement, we did a very large set of activities that Rabba took the lead in orchestrating, which is we did the announcement with a PR piece. After that, that same evening, we followed it up with an in-person event in Austin. And then the very next week, we hit Shop Talk, where we did a very large set of events. And so online and in person, off of the announcement, we saw a very large amount of people seeking to understand what Format does. And so that was the impact moment for us. We used, the fundraise as a way to drive interest in the business. And so our inputs were those things, right? For us, it was PR, it was in-person events, and then of course it was social, right? Now, against these inputs, the hypothesis was that the output for us was going to be leads, right? Or specifically demo bookings. And this is going to be different depending on your business, right? What is the thing that you're trying to hit? So like for a D2C brand, it should be like sales volume, whatever is the actual business impact metric, right? That drives the business. What it cannot be is a loose metric. Now, why is this about studying these impact moments? Because when you orchestrate a large amount of activities, it's the in between putting in all of these inputs and getting the output that becomes murky. Not murky. Because things break, okay? They always break. And that's fine. And so for us, we had in between the like visitation to the website to the actual demos getting booked, there was a series of things that was breaking. And now the thing to remember in these situations is you just made a big bet that was supposed to drive an output. And this is where I think Andy Grove's sort of like inspect the black box idea, he uses it for management thinking, basically. And I use it for all processes in the business. I basically saw that the output in terms of the number of leads was not that high. And I was like, what is going on here? Is that actually expected? And I had no access to any of our internal systems. Okay, so this was truly a black box to me. And I just started interrogating the system. And I just asked people, hey, how many demo bookings did you get? On what dates? Okay, then go to the previous step in the process, go to the previous step in the process, go to the previous step, so on and so forth. Cover all of the steps in the process and then find the breakpoint. And then once you identify it, then you can actually tell the person, hey, here's where it's breaking. We need to go back in and fix it. And this is totally fine, right? And I actually think that this is the way to do things, is that you want to push hard to drive high impact moments. But at the same time, you do want to expect your leaders, and especially if you're the CEO, you need to know how to interrogate your system to understand whether the output that you're seeing is the output that you would expect based on the investment and the bet that you have made. And I think that, too often people will like either try to overthink things beforehand, or what they'll do is they'll like try to like punt it off to somebody else to be able to say like, oh, this part of the process is this other person's problem. It's not. Okay. It is a leader's job to study impact moments and to understand and design your systems from there, because you never know what the upside is. All right. I hope that was helpful.